Hello guys, good to see you. It's been a while. I think a few days now since I posted a video. I've just kept a little bit quiet, just trying to sort of sometimes you can be talking and these people posting comments and all that, and sometimes you get caught up in this sort of vortex that you forgot your direction at some point. I started this video so that I can create a platform where we can discuss real issues. We discuss real issues and sometimes even trying to find solutions. But most importantly, my goal is to create an action-oriented sort of a platform where we can say, you know what, I want to go and buy this mine and I need your help. We're not donating. Let's work together and buy this mine. That's a sort of or action oriented sort of a platform I'd like this platform to be. And but there's just certain things that needs to be discussed, to be ironed out. You know what I mean? And for us to get to that stage, because one thing I've realized over time is that we are actually not on the same page. A lot of us, even in the diaspora, Africans on the continent, we're just not on the same page. And this is why we've been losing for the past 700 years. We've just been losing. Arabs come kick our butt. The Hyksos come, they kick our butt. The English come, they kick our butt. We've just been losing, and that experience of just loss, it's created something in us to stop us from coming together, the mistrust and all these things coming together. Anyway, this video might end up being long, but I want you to follow me on a few things I want to talk about here. And I want you to really pay attention on a few things I want to talk about, because this is real stuff. This is serious stuff. Okay? All right. What I want to talk about, I was not going to say anything about this, but I feel like there's a few things that need to be ironed out, because some of the comments I'm getting is just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, right? So, apparently, at CATHEY and the guy called KWASI BOYD or something like that, that it turned out they've been scamming people. I think people have lost from what I've heard, I think the most I've heard is like $1,000 and something. So I would say people maybe have lost a total of $2,000. I've heard 1,000 something. I've heard $200 someone, and I've heard another one $500 or something like that. And let's say a total of $2,500 or even $5,000. Let's exaggerate. Let's say people have lost $5,000. Allegedly, they've been scammed, right? by CATHEY and KWASI BOYD. But here's the thing, and I've been getting comments about, you are a bigger supporter of CATHEY or whatever. I never said. First of all, I'm going to start by saying I never said anything about CATHEY's business. What I talked about was what she was saying in regarding to foreigners owning businesses. Secondly, the work ethic of our people on the continent, and also just hygiene and cleaning up the environment. These are things I've experienced myself, and I'll stand by that. I still support what she said. She was right. And also I like her attitude. She was very Afrocentric. She's very Afrocentric. I still like that. She's in your face. She's standing up for Africans. When she says it's something China is doing these days, where China is saying, no, we're not going to do things this way. We're going to do things another way, which suits us. And that's what CATHEY was saying, in a lot of things. She's like, I don't understand why you people are behaving like this when we should be behaving like this. And she's right when it comes to that. Now, if it happened that they scammed people, first of all, that's just terrible. Because then it goes against what CATHEY said, where she said, poverty creates a con artist sort of a behavior, which I strongly believe it does. And then if they turn out to be con artists, then, we might say they must have been living in poverty. But all these things It's allegedly, because I still see at Kathy talking. Apparently everything is going to come out or something like that. So we're working off speculations at the moment. There's people who've said it, cool. But there's always two sides to a story. Don't just listen to one side and everyone jumps on it. There's two sides to a story, and I would like for us to wait and hear from the other side as well and see what happened. Because at Kathy will end up becoming the dumbest person on YouTube if she chose to destroy her brand over $2,500, which could have been, in 5 years' time, she could have been making, $10,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month, just from her brand, because she became that popular, And to forsake all that over 2,500, come on now, you gotta be real. Come on, let's get real here. Let's really get real. That's why I'm saying we have to wait and hear the other side of the fence. There's always two sides to a story. Just remember that. And all these people that are saying, I supported her or something like, I support what she said. Talk to me or laugh at me when you go to an African country, not just the Gambia, any country in Africa, and you find the streets are clean and you find hardworking people. Because I tell you the truth. And this is my experience. And a lot of people are going to experience it. It's very hard to find hardworking, motivated, with a good work ethic people on the continent. It's hard. I'm not saying they are not there. They are there. But it's hard to find. Most of them, they'll get paid. The moment they'll get paid, they might take a week off. And this apparently is not just in Africa. It happens in a lot of third world countries. I had a friend of mine from Thailand. He's facing the same problems. It's like, dude, you can't even tell them to do something. They just quit. They go back to the village or something like that. This is in Thailand. It's not in Africa. So it's the same mentality. So the best thing I've noticed, if you want to create, and I'm just going off topic a little bit, if you want to create sort of workers that will be willing to work for you, I think pay them for 3 months and educate them. Where they don't do anything, just let them come and attend classes and educate them. What's going to happen in that process, I hope, is that the fake ones will fall off, and whatever is going to stay with you, those are the people maybe you can work with. Because I can tell you what, it's very hard to find good people on the continent. And this is just when it comes to labor and all these things. But companies like McKinsey, they also say the same thing. It's very hard to find people with the education, experience, not just education, and the experience they are looking for on the continent. It's very hard. And this is why we need quality education. However, let me just go back to the topic now, okay? All that time I was talking about Aunt Kathy. I was talking about what she was pointing out on a few things. And she wasn't pointing out in a sort of denigrating way. She was pointing out in a way of saying, guys, we can do better than this. I want to see a woman dressed up in African attire talking about African stuff. I don't want to see a woman dressed up with fake wigs and all this stuff and then talking about African attire. No, that's our African issues. That ain't true, because you're not representing. I don't care what you do or your family and all that stuff. As long as you are representing, that's fine. Okay? That's just me. That's my personal view. That's my personal preference. Now, let's look at this. Because everyone was talking about this business, I went and looked at what their business they were doing. Right? And then I realized it was actually a very good business. It's a good idea. It's a booming business. Remember, right now we're in a pandemic. Even where I live, hotels, some hotels are just closed. There's no people there. At KATHEY and BOYD, I think it's BOYD, ended up being fully booked in a pandemic. That's good business. So what I suggested was, I talked, there's one of these YouTube, I can't remember what it was, and I suggested, I said something along the lines of, if you are in the Gambia, or if you are an African American who's got a little bit of money and you got time, this is the time I'll go and pick up the glasses. Literally. If you are in the Gambia, I'll go and see these people. If I'm Gambian, I'll go and see these people. And I suggested, I said, you know what? Right now, there's a lot of lodges in the Gambia. And I can tell you this, right now, they are empty. you know. So if you are business minded, you could go to these lodges and make a deal with them. Sometimes you don't need capital to start a business. You just need you and your honesty. And I'm talking from someone whose grandfather started a business just with his word. With his word. Okay? I'll do a video about my grandfather. With his word, a successful businessman in Zambia. Very, very successful. He died a rich man. Okay? But the way he started his business, he started just with his word. Keep your word. That's very important. That's all you got. Okay? So I suggested, if you are really serious, go to visit some of these lodges, put on your best suit. Go visit some of these lodges. First of all, talk to the people that have been scammed, if there's any, and say, you know what? I'm going to provide you with something even better. Go talk to these lodges. Tell them what the problem is. Let them offer those rooms. Instead of the rooms just being empty, they can offer those rooms to these people at discounted prices or even free for a week or something. Well, they don't even give you a commission. But imagine the sort of advertisement you're going to get just from doing that. And that's how you launch your business. Okay? Do that. When another person's failure could be someone else's success. That's how the world is out there. Okay? Do that. Do that. Get that, because all these people, most of these people are on YouTube. If you help them, they'll talk about it. And you go there, make sure they see your face. You know. And then the message comes out and set yourself up. Go talk to multiple lodges. You know, people start coming in. You start using these lodges, and then you agree on some sort of a commission. You know, they give you 10%. Imagine these people are paying in dollars. So if you're a Gambian, you'll be balling. That's how you start. But I suggested this, and another guy comes up, and I get a comment saying, "Oh, that sounds like a scam. You sound like a scammer," or something like that. I'm like, that's a business idea, mate. Nothing's scamming. You're not scamming anybody. You know, and this now I want to talk about this scamming, because I even had some comment posted on my YouTube about these people saying, one guy who said, "Oh, it's only black people that scam their own people." Are you serious? Are you serious? No. We are the only race that advertises scamming. That's our problem. We are the only race that dwells on scamming. Okay? Doesn't mean... Oh, dude. Look up white people scam. I don't know if you've ever heard of Benny Madoff. I don't know if you've ever heard of Ponzi schemes. You know? Not just Ponzi schemes. If you bank with Bank of America, you've probably been scammed. You know, any of these, even Barclays Bank, they were dealing with drug dealers. Here where I live in Australia, almost every year, almost every month, there's a bank that's been fined for stealing money from dead people, from old people, and also from its own customers. You know, people are being refunded their money because the bank stole. You know, financial institutions such as HSBC, which is also a bank, AMP, all these financial institutions, they've been fined. It's not just in Australia. This is everywhere. In Europe, you hear this. In America, Bank of America. Look it up. What do you think they were doing? Scamming people. The level of scamming and the way of scamming is different. Because these guys have money. You guys are worried about $2,500 being scammed. How much money did Benny Madoff scam people? Belfort, the guy from the Wolf of Wall Street, how much money did they scam people? You know. And it's not just white people. Indians. There is a show on Netflix right now. You go and watch it. You're gonna hear names like what's the name? Vijay Maria. You know, Sabrata Roy, Nirav Modi. I think Rumaluyu Raju or something like that. These are Indians. Find out how much they've scammed people in India. You know, billions of dollars. Some of them, in my opinion, they actually had very good business ideas. But when the money started coming in, I don't think they expected it got to their head. Because some of them actually helped poor farmers. Some of them put India on the map. in terms of owning airplanes, in terms of owning even racing cars. They put India on the map. The only problem is their ego got in the way. But they scammed their poor farmers billions of dollars. You know, this guy, Roy, is Sahara. He owns a company called Sahara in India. It's still operating, and I think maybe he's going to even pay the people back. But he scammed them billions of dollars. You know, but for us, we think we are the only scammers and we like to advertise that. Advertise it to everyone. Oh, it's black people. Oh, they'll scam you, mate. They'll scam you. Do you know the negative impact that has on us? You know, there's more Nigerian doctors in the world than there is Nigerian scammers. However, the only thing you hear are Nigerian scammers. To a point where, if you are in the West, you say you are Nigerian, it's like everyone wants to run away from you. And yet Nigerians are the most educated Africans. You know, they're engineers, doctors, everywhere. Everywhere I go, this is in Perth, Australia, everywhere I go, every hospital I go to, there's a Nigerian doctor. Hey, brother, you know, and I'm thinking to myself, but how come it's only about these scammers? That's all you hear about. The whole world is about scammers. Look at the king of scamming, to a point where even white people pretend to be Nigerian scammers when they are white. Look it up on the internet. The what do you call it? The Prince of Nigeria is a white dude. Look it up. See if I'm lying. That's not to say Nigerians don't scam people. They scam. But it's not just Africans who are scamming. Everyone is a scam. What I'm gonna urge you, if you're African American, you wanna get to the continent. Talk to the people that you already know. You know, if you don't know anybody, visit these places. Go to the embassy, please. There's embassy. America is such a big country. Every country is represented in America. If you are a country and you don't have an embassy in America, you must be stupid. Every country has an embassy in America because America is the biggest economy in the world. You want your name felt. You want your presence felt. So the people that want to go to the Gambia, go to the embassy, find out what you need to do, ask questions. What are the best, where are the best places to live? And I know they're not going to lie to you because they're an embassy, and you can sue the government if anything goes. If they lie to you, you know they don't want that. So go to the embassy, ring them up, do whatever it takes to get information. But I gotta tell you what: if you are in the Gambia, think of doing this business. Don't sit there trying to go to Europe, crossing the Mediterranean, dying in the Mediterranean. There's a business opportunity for you right now. You know, you just wait how many African Americans will be coming to Africa when the next president, when the next elections, the results are announced. Because we know who's gonna win. You know, this morning I saw something KRS-One said, which I'm not American, and to be honest, I'm not into this America. I like to learn about other things, not the political side of it, you know, maybe the history and all that, not the current political situation. I'm just trying to step away from that. But there's something I said that's interesting. He could be wrong, could be right. But what he said was, because I've heard this, even when George Bush won, apparently there's two elections in America. There's the electoral vote, and then there's the college vote, or something like that. The electoral vote or something ends up to becoming like the popular vote, which is the people. But then it doesn't matter whether you get the popular vote or whether the people voted for you. As long as the college vote, you lose. That's it. Whoever wins the college vote becomes the president. And the college vote is not based on, it's not the people or something like that. Apparently when you vote, you're voting for someone, for a ticket to be represented on this college vote. And the people on the college vote are actually the one that choose who becomes the president. It's so confusing. You know? It's not even like, this is why I say we have to even look at this so-called democracy, you know, because we like to copy and paste in Africa, copy and paste. You know, it doesn't work like that. You know, democracy in America. Are you sure it's democracy? Why is there a college and popular vote? Popular vote, that's the people. I thought the majority wins in a democracy, you know, but it's not like that. However, for us, we just copy and paste. We're not even thinking about our that's why we end up with shit leaders. You know, leaders that are willing to do anything. You know? I'm going off topic there. Just coming back now to the Gambia. I want to stay on this topic because this is very important. Very important. The reason why we are at the bottom in the food chain. We are at the bottom, even though we own the richest continent on the planet. This is why. The inability for us to come together and work together. The mistrust, the distrust among ourselves. I bet you if at CATHEY was white, everything would be understandable. No, maybe they just got overbooked and they're stressed and stuff like that. That's what we'll be saying. We'll actually be defending them if they were white. Let's just be real. We'll find up excuses and all this stuff, because I can see the mentality of my people. For you to say black people are the only people that scam their own race, come on now. Come on. Dude, do your research. Don't make comments like that. This is what I say, low racial esteem, and that's our Achilles heel. It's the thing that stops us from going forward. Let me tell you something that's going to propel us. Let me tell you something why we're at the bottom. Let me tell you something why our inability to come together and work together is what's killing us. Right now, I think this weekend actually, or not far from today, Jack Ma is about to announce an IPO on the Hong Kong and Shanghai, not even European, whatever, just on the Hong Kong and Shanghai Stock Exchange for ANT, an online paying system, just an online paying system, right? The first day, people are going to invest. People, not Jack Ma, people are going to buy shares. The first day, they're about to make $34 billion. I want you to listen to that. They're going it alone. The mistrust is not going to take us anywhere. It took Europe 1,000 years to figure out how to do corporations, and the economy boomed. We haven't figured out that way, And I'm gonna tell you something here, and I want you to listen very carefully, okay? I want you to listen good. While we are arguing about $2,500 and scamming and trying to stop this movement of people where we are trying now to integrate and come together, our friends are out there coming together and making money. $34 billion, that ANT, look it up, it's going to be worth $330-something billion, which is going to move Jack Ma from being a $30 billion dude to $80 billion rich. One company, just online paying system, is worth more than the economy of Ghana. This is, let me, Ghana, Zambia, Namibia, Togo, Benin, Uganda, I can go on, add all these countries, Rwanda, Gambia, you add all these countries. Just that one company is worth more than the economies of all these countries put together. And we are out here arguing about $2,500 and stating ourselves to be encouraging mistrust among us. Dr. Arikana Chombori is trying to start a company called Travaka. Good idea. Let's put a rail line that connects West Africa to East Africa. If you've watched, everything is in here. Look at the show called Building a Nation. I think it's called Building a Nation, and it talks about America. What propels America forward? Transportation was part of it. Before, people used to use ships and all this stuff that made transporting goods between states hard. The moment they put a rail line there, the economy boomed. Most of the cities we know today is because they were along that rail line. Dr. Arikana Chombori suggested the same thing. And there's a guy who understands business and has been into business, and he's worked in America and all these things. So he understands what's behind it. He understands how we can achieve it. He knows the ins and the outs. Trying to put a rail line from East Africa to West Africa, and along the way put up cities, and along the way put up mines, gold mines, as we go through Congo, diamond mines, and put up processing and this and create jobs. Listen to Africans responding. Majority of Africans, I can't wait when it turns out that this whole thing is a scam. Come on, I don't care losing $1,000 or even $10,000, because I can understand what she's trying to do, and I want to believe we can do it. We need to give these things a chance. Let's believe we can do something. Because when we come together, it's our only way to do something. Our business model is all wrong. And I'm going to tell you why our business model is all wrong. Okay? I want you, after you watch this video, I want you to go and watch this video. It's by a South African entrepreneur, Vusi Thumbekwayo. He did a TED Talk at Namibia University named The Big Lies of Small Business. I want you to... This has been around for like 4 years now, and it's only got 20,000 views. Yemi Alade's song, Johnny, has got, I think, 100 or 200 million views. Right there, I understand why Africa is poor. We are more interested in that. This is not like Johnny, our song is bad. It's a good song. But so is this speech by Vusi Thumbekwayo. Vusi, V-U-S-Y. Thumbekwayo, T-H-U-M-B-E-K-W-A-Y-O. South African entrepreneur. This guy is not just an entrepreneur. He got into this because of his speech. He won like best speeches in the world or something like twice. World record. So the guy can talk. You listen to him and you listen to him proper. You listen to, please. I want you to go and watch that video and then come back to this and leave me a channel and leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. Because he explains it well. I know these things. Okay? I knew them before I watched even, and it was just so encouraging to me to see another black man who gets it. Because the comments I'm getting from my channel, and I don't even have that many subscribers, I think we are lost. As a race, we are lost. Sometimes I'm even feel like, you know what? Just grab a white towel and throw it in. Forget about it. You know, there's a guy who was doing so well in Europe. He's into architecture. He's doing great. He was giving a speech in Brussels, okay? And he was giving a speech about architecture, and he only talked about Europe, Asia, and he's a black man, and America. And after they gave his speech, a couple of black people asked him, like, you mentioned about all these countries. How come you didn't talk about Africa? And he looked them straight in their eyes and says, Africa is not going to matter in 100 years. Sometimes I feel like that guy. Okay? I feel like that guy. Until I hear someone like Vusi Thumbekwayo, another black man, who believes we can do it. There's that spark. You know, when I see Serena Williams' dad, a man who knew nothing about tennis, just got encouraged because he believed his kids should make some money from tennis and have better lives. And he got motivated by that. And today, these kids are rich. You know, it's not like he played tennis. He sacrificed a lot to make sure his kids have a better life. You can't say Serena and Venus Williams are not having a better life right now. They are. But it started with the father making that decision. Where is the generation among us that's going to stand up and make that decision? What generation? Where is that generation that's going to be the father of Venus and Serena Williams? That's going to take that sacrifice so that the next generation can be in better hands economically. We can become all this, we are free in Africa, we are free. We're not free. True liberations comes with economical improvement or empowerment. That's true. That's how you know you've been liberated. Right now, we are not. Look what's happening to Zimbabwe. You know, I look at Lewis Hamilton. Same story. The father didn't know nothing about go-karts. But when he realized that his son is actually a good driver, he sacrificed his entire life to make sure his son is given a chance. And look where Lewis Hamilton is today. 6-time world champion. He's flying private jets. On course to become a billionaire. It all started with the father realizing, when are we going to realize as black people that we own the richest continent on the planet? When are we going to do that? When? Because when we realize that, let's act like Lewis Hamilton's dad and sacrifice and say, we don't want our kids and our grandkids to suffer. You know, I can imagine one day, you know, sitting on my porch, old, with my grandkids around. And we're chilling in Africa, and my grandkid comes up to me and says, grandfather, what is it here that Africa used to be poor? And I look at my grandkids and say, let it go, son. Let it go. Let it go. My grandkids, go there and enjoy your life. because we made that sacrifice. But no one is doing that. We are busy bickering about someone scamming $2,500. Jack Ma is about to raise $34 billion. You know, our business model is all wrong. At CATHEY and KWASI, their business, that's a great opportunity. For if anyone in the Gambia right now, do what I'm telling you. Put on your best suit. Go to some of these lodges. Come out on YouTube. YouTube, you just need your phone. You don't need anything. Start talking about free advertisement. Go see these women that are saying they've been scammed. Go talk to them. If they haven't found accommodation, help them. And you will see. You can watch after putting the effort. Within 12 months, you're going to see your money pile up. Because there is money in unity. We just don't realize it. Our business model is all wrong. And I'm going to tell you why our business model is all wrong. It's all over. It's everywhere. You know, look at the Bag family. Some people are even calling the Bag family scammers. How are they scammers? They never ask anyone for money. If anything, they've been actually warning people not to send money to anybody. They say, come here. The Bag family, and this is what I'm going to tell you. If you don't have YouTube, don't even call those people scammers. I have a YouTube channel. And I've had so many people want to help me keep this channel going by donating. Okay? It's not because I ask for money. People just want to help because they understand that to make a video, you are taking time from your life to sit down and discuss or maybe even say something that other people don't know. Information is expensive to obtain. If you want to do your research, time is money. You're going to spend time in it, and that's money. It's me spending my time. And other people that get it, they know that information is not cheap to obtain. So let's help these people. The Bag family have given information about how you can move how to move to the Gambia and why people should move, and also how to do it. They've used their experience to tell you how not to make the same mistakes. And you're going to call them scammers. Oh, they don't have money. Who cares if they don't have money? They have the soul, they have the spirit to make it in Gambia. And I'm going to support anyone, any African who has that spirit to make it in Africa. Any black person who has the spirit to say, I'm going to make it here, I ain't going nowhere. This is why I like that kid called Usman Toure. He says he's not going to go nowhere. He's going to stay here and he's going to make it. Because he realized that he's sitting on gold. He's in the richest continent on the planet. Sitting on gold. And you're going to call them scammers. You know, those people have managed. I can tell you what, where I live in Australia, in Western Australia in particular, in Perth, there's a place I like to go to. I spend most of my time here, half of my time here, half of my time in Africa. There's a place I like to go to. We just call it down south. When you go there, you'll find this a beautiful place. I like to go there to just relax. Because like I said in my previous video, I like nature. I don't know. It could be because I'm black or it could just be me. I don't know about other black people, but I like nature. I just go there, you know, I'll hire a room. There's this nice, sometimes there's like a winery. You sit down there, you have a barbie going, and then you just look straight into I find it relaxing. I go there, there's lots of wineries. They're making cheese, wine, all sorts of things, farms, beer, all sorts of things. That place was never like that before the Second World War. It was just bush. After the Second World War, Australia wanted to have more people come to Australia from Europe. And they lied to them. The government says, oh, we're going to give you land and we're going to give you all the equipment you wanted. So Italians and English people, Germans and all these people jumped on the boat off to Australia. They got to Australia, they got given them land, but the government left them. They didn't give them anything. They had to fend for themselves. These people didn't go on GoFundMe. That's why I like when Dr. Arikana Chombori, someone suggested that why don't we just do GoFundMe? Her reply, perfect. She said, no, we're not going to do that because we are not poor. These people, I don't care what anyone has to say. Sometimes we like to say everything, white people this, white people that. White people work hard. I give them respect where respect is due. These people didn't get no help from the government, but they got land. That's all they needed. They got land and they got water and they worked it. They were cutting trees. There was no power source back then. It was a pick and shovel and they worked the land. Today you go there, it's their grandkids now running these things. They run wineries. They are selling these wineries all over the world, challenging the wineries from France. It's funny. Because the Australian wine story is actually one of, it's the spirit, guys. It's the spirit. These people got laughed at when they'll take their wine to China. I mean, to Europe. Oh, what's this? Kangaroo pea. That's what they used to call. That's what they used to call it. Today, I think Australia is selling more wine than France. You know, but it wasn't. They didn't. And the land here is not even fertile, man. I don't even know how they grow things. The land is sandy. You know, Africa has 65% of the fertile land in the world. You know, I was there and the farmer told me, he's like, dude, I don't want to sound racist. I'm like, man, I'm not into that. I don't get just because someone says something. He's like, I don't know why you guys don't grow food. And why people starve in Africa? Do you know that 65% of arable land is on your continent? I didn't even know this. I had to go and do some research on it. And I said, really? He goes, yeah. I hope I'm not sounding racist, brother. It's just sometimes I don't understand. And I'm like, no, man. No. Thanks for the information. I actually didn't even know. And I'm from Africa. I'm embarrassed right now. It's like, I'm sorry, brother, if I didn't mean to sound racist. Just I don't understand. I thought you might know. And I'm like, nah, I don't know. But now that you tell me, now I know. This is a few years back. I didn't even know Africa, 65% of arable land was in Africa. I didn't know that until this man told me. You go to that place, people go there, backpackers. When they go, or, you know, from Europe, they do America, whatever. And then when they want to go to Asia, they come to Australia and they go work in these wineries, make some money and then go to Asia. You know, employment created. In Africa, we can't even come together. Initially, the government, the banks stepped in to help these people. And I want you to hold it there. Hold it there. The banks stepped in to help these people. Help these guys run their business. I want you to hold your thought. Just hold it right there. Because I'm going to go back here. I want you to understand me. I really want you to understand me here. Because we are wasting our time bickering on things that don't matter. Video I told you to watch, vusi thumbekwayo, which says big lies of small business. That TED Talk should have 100 million views, should have 1 billion views, because it says a lot about Africa and how we do business. He goes on to say, you know, in South Africa, all right, because he's from South Africa, he gave an example, but what he's talking about in South Africa, and he even says it's the same problem across the continent, where we have this, you know, there's a thing called taco, quotas in South Africa, right? Basically what it is, you get a loaf of bread, cut it, get the other half, cut it in half. The name quarter. And then you take all the soft bread out and you can fill it up with whatever you want. Meat, fries, whatever. And apparently it tastes brilliant. You get it and then you put back the soft bread and you serve it. You know. One guy started a business about 2013. Tabo's talk, that's what he called his business. Tabo's quarters. Tabo's quota. Not quarter, but quota. K-O-T-A. Because that's how we do it in Africa. We don't got this quarter with at the end. It's a quota mdara to my quotas. Eh? So he started this business, right? Let's say in 2012, after like 8 years of being in business, he was clearing like his last I think it was something like $50,000. So we just got an understanding. It's in rand, but let's say he made $50,000 that year. And in Africa, you're making $50,000 as a person. I'm laughing. Life is good. Okay. Okay. Let me even bring it down. Let's say he made $30,000. Still in Africa, life is good for making $30,000 a year, right? Now there comes another group. Because most of the stuff actually comes from the same way white people used to steal stolen ideas from slaves. From East. No. I'm gonna go back. The same way white people used to steal ideas from enslaved Africans in America is the same way even in South Africa. I think sometimes it happens that way. The same way, you know, like we have canned or tinned meat. You know, those Africans that used to keep this meat. Enslaved people that used to do that, and then he got today we are waiting for a vaccine. It's an African thing. If you don't know, do your research. You know, Africans were vaccinating each other before. When people tell you were nothing, you were not nothing. I'm gonna do a video, but just know that Africans were vaccinating each other. We're finding our own cure. It's funny that during this pandemic, I'm not hearing a vaccine coming out of Africa. There's nothing today. But back then, when we didn't have this mentality of white savior, we used to do it ourselves. We used to find our own cure and things. You know, we were vaccinating people. We were the people that took vaccination to America before it became global. It was us. Look it up. Okay? Ideas come from in shanty compounds, because these are the people with limited, let's say, food and all that stuff. So they come up with different ways of cooking and making their food taste good from the little that they have. Same thing with enslaved people in America. Soul food, that's what it's based on. Making what might be considered rubbish become tasty. Okay? So, another company comes up called Kotajo, right? But the difference is, and I don't know if it's black South Africans or white South Africans. Something tells me white South Africans. Might be wrong. The problem is, so Tabo's quota is by himself. They go it a long process, which is what most of us black people. This is not a message for Africans on the continent alone only. It's Africans across. Because I know, even you guys in African Americans in your ghetto, you don't own any business. If you own a business, it's a little thing. It's the Lebanese that are running the ghettos, the businesses in the ghettos. I know that. Kota Joe comes up. A bunch of, I would think, let's just say white people. I might be wrong. White people put money together. They put money together. Let's say they raise $2 million and they start like a franchise. Within 4 years, they are making $400 million. This guy, Tabo, is still making 50,000 12 years later. Now, if you divide that among how many people, let's say 50 people invested in Tabo's, in Korajo's business, and now they're making hundreds of millions of dollars. And Tabo's kitchen, Tabo's quotas by himself, who is making money? Someone who invested with Kotajo or Tabo, running business by himself and probably working there 12, 15-hour shifts, 18-hour shifts. The other guys, they're not even working. They invested the money, they're chilling at the beach. Watch the money pile up. Big business is the way to go. Creating corporations is the way to go. If we can't do it, we are doomed. We are doomed. I'll tell you another story. So who do you think is making more money? It's Kotajo, because they belong to a group. Another thing I'm going to tell you, and Vusi is a good speaker. I want you to listen to him, because he breaks this down. You know, he talks about why we should connect. You know, like why are we not getting things from West Africa to come and sell them in South Africa? You know, we can't. Because it's very expensive. We can't even put it on the road and whatever. It's too expensive to do business in Africa. How do we bring that cost down? We need rail lines. He breaks it well, and I want you to listen to him, please. And please come back on this video and leave a comment about what you think about that video. Another example. There's this thing they do in Africa. I think most, even people who are in the diaspora from Africa, they like to do it. It's called stock sale. Basically what it is, men, women do it, 10 women come together. And then they say every month, one person is given, let's say, $1,000 every month. Every person gives that person $1,000. So if the 10 of you, it means every 10 months, you're going to get $9,000. It's more like a saving scheme. You're saving your money, you know. And then, you know, it's more like you're putting $1,000 and then after that, you receive the $10,000. Okay? But then, if you look at how that works and the way a bank works, it's very same. It's the same principle. The only difference is the banking makes more money than having a stock sale. Most Africans do the stock sale. They're not into banking. You know, and he gives an example of how this stock sale that started in 1995 and the bank that started a few years later, today the bank is able to make billions of rand in profit. The stock fell about 300,000. Our business model is all wrong. If we don't come together, we are doomed. That's all I have to say there. That's all I can tell you. If we don't come together and just let the scamming things scare us, we are doomed. Do your due diligence, right? And if you can't invest, but you're willing to donate. Let's help each other. What the Bag family is doing, it's something like, they're not, if we had, if we were really together, we'll be helping them. When they say, help us with this and this, they're not, because people are already asking them what they should help. So when this, it's not that some people even call him the beg family. They're not begging. People already ask you. If you have a YouTube, you understand what I'm talking about. People already ask you, they want to help you, because some people get it. I know not everyone is going to get it, but people get it. It's only that among black people, there's too many people that don't get it. That's our problem, and that's our failure. And this is why we're at the bottom of the food chain, because too many of us don't get it. What the Bag family reminds me of, what they're doing reminds me of the people in Margaret River. You can look it up, Western Australia, wherever you are, search it, Margaret River. Look at the wineries there, some of the wines they sell, everything. Different businesses, farm products, fresh, healthy. And most of those guys, they are now millionaires. They are third generations, they are millionaires. And the Chinese are coming in, buying up all these farms, paying excessive prices for them. But when it started, like I tell you, they had to work the land. Where is the generation among us that's going to work the land? That's the Bag family. That's what they've done. Okay? Already you can see. I listened to their daughter, some of the daughter, Kiki. She's business-minded already. That's what they've taught them. I can just say something here. Because even some people, because I like to mention women, some people are saying, oh, he's a feminist. That's okay. If you want to call me a feminist, call me a feminist. But I'm going to tell you what. I lived in Africa. I've lived in Africa. I'm an African. And I can see. My mom brought us up. She was a single mom. Today, she's running a motel. She got a few properties on. She's renting. She's running a grocery. Single woman. I've had some of my families who are women ask me for money. I've given them money. Something like, sometimes it's just $100. I want to buy a bag of rice, and I'll double up. You let me do that 3 times. I have my own money that I'm going to use as my capital, and I can refund you the money. And they say, okay, let's do it. And they do exactly. Women, so far, no woman has disappointed me. And they do exactly that. And they'll call me, oh, send me, so I send you back your $100. I'm like, it's just $100. You can have it. I want you to do well. Invest it and buy more bags of rice. Men, they tell me stories. But it's good. And then next time, that's how I get rid of them. Next time, they're not even going to bother say hi to me, because they know they're owing me money. They start telling us stories. No, I did this business. Now I got to do this. Blah, 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 blah. That's how men are. I'm not saying men are bad in Africa, but I'm just saying from my experience, this has been my experience. I don't want you to start passing stupid comments. Oh, is this? Nah. I'm looking at my mother. I'm looking at my experience. Okay? There's a guy I'm supporting, and I hope his channel should have 1 million subscribers. Ted, his channel is called, it's from Malawi, his channel is called Blog 929. One of his latest videos, and I'm going to repost it on this channel, is letting women work in the workshop. And I saw in an interview, this woman explained something. And it's interesting to see exactly what even Dr. Arikana Chombori said. Women don't have an ego. You tell us to do something, we go and do exactly what you tell us. Men, oh, who does he think he is? I'm a G, man. I'm a G. Pa, pa, pa. G, get the fuck out of here. Sorry excuse my French, but this shit ain't good, guys. We can't be focusing on these scamming. Let's develop something. You know why the Chinese are moving at the pace that has been unseen in the world ever? Because they discovered something that white people do. It's called venture capital. Venture capital is money that's there that that people are willing to give you to try whatever business you want to do, and you don't have to pay it back. If you fail, the money goes like that, and that's okay. Try it again, and they give you more money if they believe in your ideas. Until sometimes it pays off. That's why you get the Elon Musk. Remember, Elon Musk is South African. He was born in South Africa. If Elon Musk was in South Africa today, there's not going to be no Tesla. There's no venture capital. Okay? And that's what holding Africans back. In Africa, if you are an entrepreneur, you try and you fail, that's it, you're blacklisted. But the thing is, what they've done is, you've tried, you've failed, you've learned from what, because that's what entrepreneurship is. You know, how many times did Thomas Edison get it wrong? In Africa, they punish you. Once you fail, that's it. You're never going to... You see, the whole thing is based on... it's this mindset that white people have put in our head. And I don't like to blame white people, but I can see why. Because they talk about, oh, you can't trust Africans, or you can't do this, you can't do that. You know, I had to blast one of the bank managers in Zambia. And I said, you know, because you are based on... Everything is based on your colonial system. And today, I was reading an article. Jack Ma is talking about the same thing. We cannot use the old principles to forge ahead. You know, most people don't have money. This idea of going to the bank and do this, and it doesn't work. Let's use something based on your credit. If someone comes and wants to do something, maybe give them $200 and see what they do with it. If they come back with $500, you increase their credit limit. Give them $1,000, see what they do with it. And they're building up their credit. That's the principle we should be using in Africa now. Not this idea where an entrepreneur gets a bank loan and it's at 30% interest. That's more than in America. That's more than anywhere else. That's why you got even people on Wall Street investing in Africa, scamming off all these marketeers. 30% interest. 30% interest. If you are an African American, please think about it. 30% interest, and they expect you the following month to start paying. They don't even give you grace period to say, we're going to give you 12-month grace period to set your business up. You know, but if we don't have, you look at these people, the Jack Ma's. You know, he's the richest man in China. It's not Xi Jinping. You know, in Africa, the only rich people are presidents and ministers. And you look where you are. You have to have faith in your people. That's how we go forward. But among ourselves, we should have faith in each other. You know, the same guy I'm talking about in Malawi, look up his channel. His name is Ted. His channel is called Block 929. This guy is making a machine that makes blocks, building blocks. You know, that business itself is ready to scale up. You know, if you're an African American, business minded, and you got a bit of investment, and you're planning on coming to Africa, these are the people you should be talking to. Go there, sit down with him. Look at his business plan. Look at him, because right now he doesn't even have time to it's like they're fully booked, you know, in advance. And this is just in Malawi. You know, look up. Even when you go on my channel, you see the machine I'm talking about. That business is ready to take off. And imagine how many jobs it's gonna create. You know, there's more things that he can do. Is a welder. He's even making his own car. That business, and this is a guy, for me, he looks reliable. But I don't know him on a personal basis. I'm just saying this based on what I've seen and the things he talk about and his approach. And we are on the same wavelength. I like people like that. The people who are ready to go. They are ready to do something. We can't go on like this. Things require money. Creating corporations require money. We shouldn't be bickering over some $2,500 going missing. You know, at CATHEY is in Gambia, KWASI is in Gambia, these people are in Gambia. Do a video, you're meeting up and you're collecting your money. Give us exactly what's happening. Some people are saying I should apologize. I don't have to apologize to nobody. I never said anything about CATHEY regarding a business. You know, I still stand by what she said. And sometimes it's about do what I said, don't do what I do. You know, General Petraeus in America is a good general. But he lost his job because he fornicated. That doesn't make him what he did was bad with the Americans army in Afghanistan or whatever other places he went to. I think it was pretty good with an American standard, not the Afghani way. The Afghanistans might not see him as a good guy. But I'm just saying, in America, I think Petraeus, his name is up there as a general. So what am I trying to say here? Let's not be distracted by this and sort of sabotage our race based on, scamming. Dr. Arikana is doing something. It's okay to lose $100. It's okay to lose $10 sometimes. Some of you guys have even got registered with some dodgy internet websites that's charging you maybe $20 or something like that every month to watch naked women or something like that. And you are cool with it. But when it comes to donate to something, and that stuff has just messing up your mind. But when it comes to donate to a cause for your race, it becomes a problem. Just look at this. This is why I said grip economics is the only way we're going to go forward. Look at, today we talk about our leaders. Luther King, Thomas Sankara, Malcolm X, all these people died poor. Kwame Nkrumah died poor, penniless. And I hope his daughter, his kids, the government of Ghana looks after them. But all the other leaders, all of them died penniless, except maybe for Mandela. Are we going to continue like that? No. Let's put note to it and let's start establishing real businesses. Right now, I'm telling you, India. I don't know India as diamonds. I think if they do, it must be a little bit, But apparently, most of the diamonds that are coming from Africa and especially the Congo, they're ending up in India for polishing and setting them up. And just in India alone, it's created 1 million jobs in this little in this town in India. 1 million jobs created. Why can't we do that in the Congo? Why? Why can't we do that in the Congo? Oh, to do that, you need to come together and have money together. We need to put up money together. Group. There's 2 billion of us. There's, I think, over 100 million people, 100 black people in the diaspora. If you can't afford $10, go back to Africa. We'll be opening up diamond polishing factories in Congo. Now, Botswana has done it. That's why the economy in Botswana is doing so well, because they've employed their own people to polish their diamonds. In Congo, that's not the case. And everyone is out here blaming Kagame this, Kagame killer. That's what people say, that's what they're focused on. But I tell you what, people are dying in Congo before even Kagame was on the scene. And any leader, let me just say this about you guys in Africa. Any president that's not giving you the education that you're supposed to have. Let me just tell you this. My daughter is 8 years old. I got 2 girls. And the son, about 5 months old now. My daughter, 11, she's going into high school. Okay? She's got accepted into this special program, very good school. I'm gonna do a video about this. My other daughter got to look at this same special school, but like just a primary school, because I want them to be like close to each other. I'm looking at what these kids are doing, the programs they have, and I look at what the kids in Africa are studying. We can't compete. Absolutely can't compete. We can't compete. I can understand why Mackenzie was complaining about not being able to find quality graduates on the continent. Because none of the universities, the whole continent, there's no universities in the top 200 universities. So which means whatever we are learning is crap. So if you have a leader, I don't care whether they were elected democratically or whatever you guys call it. I don't like democracy myself. I think it's overrated. If they're not giving you the education you're supposed to have so you can compete on the world stage, they're a killer. They're killing you. If they can provide a healthcare system that benefits you, they're a killer. They're killing you. If they can provide an environment where you can get a job. I read a very good statement during the NSAS protest in Nigeria. We want to create a Nigeria, and I'm going to rephrase this. So we want to create an Africa where a child of a nobody can become somebody without knowing anybody. That's the Africa we want to create. These governments that don't create that government, they're killing you. Don't just say Kagame is a killer, he's a killer, he's a killer. No. Whatever seat you are in Africa right now, if the streets are dead, they're killing you indirectly. I was in Kitwe, Zambia, where they are burning plastics as a way to get rid of them. Burning plastics, and people are breathing that stuff. And you say they're not killing you? They're killing you. But all you guys want to focus on is Kagame is a killer. He's a killer. The only president that's actually moving his country forward. And you guys don't see that because you're all so focused on the little things. On the Western world, what they're telling you. Oh, why are opposition leaders disappearing? Oh, maybe they talk too much crap. That's why. Now, let's just be real here. Let's just be real. So Congo can create 1 million jobs just with diamond polishing. Let's go now, gold mining, 1 million jobs. Coltan, 1 million jobs. Cobalt, 1 million jobs. That's 4 million jobs created. Guinea-Bissau, I think it's Guinea. There's a couple of Guineas, not Guinea-Conakry. There's another country, Guinea. It's a small country in West Africa. Australia has the largest and the highest quality of iron ore. The only country that can challenge them for the quality is this country, Guinea. China is willing to put in $20 billion into this because right now they're having issues with Australia. So if they can put $20 billion, they can access it for free, for cheap. Typical of us. Everyone is coming to access it. They have the highest quality, which can challenge Australian quality of iron ore. Imagine if it was us who invested that $20 billion, our company. Let's call it a Pan-African Co. Well, we put our money together and said, this is what Dr. Arigana Chombori is trying to tell us, but you're not listening. It's not registering because we are so focused on, is it a scam? Is it a scam? I saw a guy put a comment, I can smell a scam a mile away. Okay, but can you smell a good deal a mile away? All we are focused on is smelling scams like a rat. You can't smell a good deal because we've been brainwashed. The moment we hear an African or we see an African telling us to come together and put money together, all we hear in our head is scam, 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 scam. He's gonna scam us, and we let it go. There's good people out there. There's good Africans out there. There's good black people out there. People who are willing to work hard and feed their families and provide for their families. So what do we need to do from here? What's the way forward? Let us not focus on the negative part of things. Let's focus on the positive. This is what all these countries do. Like I told you, ANT, the moment they IPO, they're gonna raise about $34 billion. They're gonna beat Saudi Aramco, which last time they did was like 26 something billion dollars. They were able to raise. People are investing in these people. People are investing here. We need to come together as a group and start. We don't have to have one big group. We can have this group there, but we are all working together. We need to change the banking system in Africa. Let's own it. We can't be going the way we've gone the last 600 years. There's a reason why Mansa Musa is still the richest man on the planet. For people that are serious about business, I'm going to have a series on this channel that's just going to be focused on business when I put everything together. But like I keep asking everyone, please get me to 10,000 subscribers. Please. And let me share what I have. And you judge me after that, whether everything I'm saying is crap or not. I had one guy contact me from the US. He's doing business. He, I think, owns a shisha shop and something else in Atlanta. And I told him, there's plenty of business opportunities in Africa, but what you need to do, you are in America, that's an opportunity for you. Go see the World Bank. Even Strive Masiwa, I'm going to do a video about him, I promise. Some of you guys may remember from my previous videos. I haven't just had the time to do it. And that's why I said these things require time. That's why I can understand why people want to and help to keep the channel going or to keep the Bugs family going. Some people just have a heart and an understanding. It's not about these people who are so negative about things trying to stop us from even coming together. So I told him, you can go. Even Strive Masiwa, when he was starting his business, he got $250,000. This is back in the 90s from the World Bank. The World Bank has something for Africa and they're willing to help you. Be it in a garbage collection. If you can go there and you've run a business before and you can prove that you've done this before, there's business opportunities there. You can go garbage collection in the Gambia, open it up and set it up properly. Go there, talk to the government and see how you can be able to charge people and how you can set it up and put up a campaign to tell people why they need to clean up anywhere in Africa. And people do it. Strive Masiwa actually recently did a survey sent his people to just do a survey of Harare. Just Harare, not Bulawayo, or just Harare. He realized that's a $300 million business waiting there for someone to take charge. In some parts of Ghana, I think some guys are already doing it. They got money from the World Bank. If you want to go into farming, the World Bank is there to help you. If you are in New York, go to the World Bank. Go there, sit. Say, I want to do something in Africa. I already have these businesses I'm running here in America. I want to move on. I want to do some big business in Africa. And the World Bank is there. They will help you. If you are into buying, let's say the other big business is solar. Solar lighting. For anything to do with solar. And I tell you what, once I do this series, I'll even tell you there are some companies in Europe that are as long as you can prove, this is what I say, credit. And this is where most of these people are moving into, most of our friends are moving into. Not the African system, not the African banking system, the way it's done. Our friends are moving into credit. If you can prove that you've got a business, regardless of how small it is, and it doesn't matter which country in Africa you come from, if you can say, I've been paying taxes, because it's about honesty. Most of you guys want to run your businesses without paying any taxes. I've been paying taxes. I've done everything right. When they see that, because they know the sort of person you are, when you have the right papers and you can go there and you show them, companies are willing to give you and help you set it up, everything in solar panel. Give you the solar panels, the right solar panel, set it up, a solar farm, and set up, you start providing electricity. Let's say if you want to provide electricity to 10,000 homes, they set you up for it. And you don't have to have any money to do it. And then you just have this plan where everything is, and you see, it's a business that's already there. People want electricity in Africa. Even just solar lighting. If you don't know a company, look up at a company called M Copper in Kenya. Unfortunately, it's a white guy in America who started it. They're making millions of dollars. I'm telling you this. I could have kept it to myself, but I'm telling you this because this is a $24 billion industry across Africa. I don't want to have it all to myself. If I can even have just 1% of it, I'm fine. Another person should have 1%. How many people do you think we can be able to get just from that industry alone? People can become millionaires. And let me tell you something. Akon did not start his Lighting Africa business by investing in it. Now, all he did is just to prove that he runs a business, and the Chinese are giving him everything. They gave him $1 billion credit line. Do you know what that means? He didn't give them $1 billion. He only proved that he was ready to work hard, and they gave him $1 billion. It's something I found out even recently. I'm calling some guys and some of my friends in China, and the guy bring up this story. They even told me where you can go. But like now I've realized information is not cheap. So I'm just not going to give it out. They even told me where you can go, and as long as you can prove, they'll be willing to lend you money. Some of it is even where they lend you without any interest. For maybe even a year, as long as you are able to, because as long as you're buying the machinery from China. Right now, if you are business-minded, you can go $6 million. You can buy yourself a solar panel factory, and you start manufacturing these solar panels in Africa and sell them across the continent. Just imagine, you can be in Southern Africa and just sell them in Southern Africa. East Africa, sell them in East Africa. West Africa, sell them in West Africa. I'm saying this, there's a guy called Henry, look it up, Rwanda Solar Kiosk, search it. I'm going to try to do an interview when I do my series in the future with him. He's a Rwandese guy. I've been following this guy. What he invented was a solar kiosk. A kiosk, for those in America, it's a little kind of like stand, like the place you go to where you buy your hot dogs and stuff like that. But it's all solar. And what it is, you can wheel it around and people will come and charge their phones because the energy on the continent is not there. But there's more phones in Africa. The percentage of the number of people and the number of cell phones, there's more I don't know if this makes sense. There's more cell phones in Africa than there is people. Everyone in Africa has a phone. Some people even have 2 phones. They need to charge it. This guy today is a millionaire. He started with one. Today it's $1,500 just to get a kiosk, and he's sending he's doing 30,000 of them a month or a year or something like that. But he's making big money now. I remember I've been following him. I remember when he started, he was just struggling, but he got help. World Bank came in, people helped him, and today he's a millionaire. And these are the businesses you can be doing in Africa. Do your research in America. If you are a hustler, if you are a hustler, this is a message for you. Do your research in America. Everything you need about Africa is there in America. Go visit the World Bank. Go ring up, go try to contact the African Development Bank. There is so much money in agriculture that they'll be willing to help you and help you with the information. You can even ring up some of these tech companies that can come and study your soil, and they tell you what you can grow on that soil. All that information, I have it. But we're out there focusing on this scammers. We need to come together. We need to come together, guys. I can't emphasize this enough. If we don't come together, that's it. We are doomed. We are doomed. People like the bag, let's help them, because they're trying to do something. People like Ted from Block 929, let's help them. You know, donating $100 is not going to hurt you. If you're in the diaspora and you can't help an African with $100, because I know the truth, 60-something billion we send to our relatives in Africa, and we get nothing back. Some of those just get that money and they go and buy alcohol. I know that. Let's help the Africans that are going to employ our family members, and let's give them a job. Then you can say, you know what? Get a job. I was trying to stay calm, guys, but I just think like we try to diverge as black people. You know, we try to sort of spread this about negativity about ourselves. We like to self-sabotage. You know, I've heard so much bad stuff about South Africa. Oh, South Africa is going down and this and this. But when you look it up, like one of the guys told me, do you know that since 1994, South Africa has been able to triple the size of their economy? What? Me, I thought South African was going down. You know, I'm going to do another video about South Africa, because I think it's a good investment for you, especially African American. Because there's a video I did where I said you need maybe to ease your way into Africa. And countries like South Africa and Rwanda maybe will present, even like Botswana and Namibia will present a better entry into Africa for you. You know, go to South Africa, find a place in Sandton, $700 a month, you'll be living large. Okay, and you're going to have everything. For those people that don't want to cook, they like KFC and all that, they have it in South Africa. Okay? So let's work together. Only if we work together are we going to be able to create corporations that are going to create genuine employment for our people. Else we are doomed. I'd like to continue this video, but I'll leave it here. I'm just going to do a recap. Please go and watch Vusi Thumbekwayo's the big lies of small business. Our business model is all wrong. We need bigger businesses. For us to create bigger businesses, we need to come together, because we don't have venture capital. This is why the Chinese are moving at the speed that's unheard of in terms of development. Because they have venture capital that's there, that will allow our youths, that will allow our entrepreneurs to dare, not to be scared, to fail, but give it a go. All the best, I'm going to go in and I'm going to go in 100 and see where it leads me. If I fail, I'm going to get up again and I'm going to try again. That's our attitude. That should be our mentality. Or else we're going to be secluded to the bottom for the rest of the next generations. Let's prove that guy in Europe wrong. The one who said Africa is not going to matter in 100 years. Let's be that generation, like Lewis Hamilton's dad, Serena Williams' dad.
Just a recap. Why am I focusing on telling you about us coming together? Because investments, the stock market and all these things, especially the stock market, it's been known, or it's known as a tool to wealth creation. Basically, what's the stock market? What's the bank? You know, there's something I was trying to give you an example with this Stockville. All these institutions, they do it to promote wealth creation. It's about coming together. I'll tell you a story. If anything, I can tell you so many stories, man. I'm sitting down at the pub, right? They're chilling, the local pub, just chilling. I see this Lamborghini, man. I think it was like a Aventador. It looked like a beast. I said, whoa, that looks nice. And I kept looking at it, just admiring it. You know, this is many years ago. And the guy saw me. right? Looking at it. He goes and parks his car, comes up, goes and buys his drink, comes and sits down next to me. He's just chilling. So how you doing, brother? I say, hey, good, man. What's up? He's like, yeah, I saw you looking at my car. It's a nice car, isn't it? I said, yeah, man. It's a beast. It looks nice. So yeah, so he sits down and he's just trying to have a conversation. And he starts talking. So I ask him, I'm like, dude, so what do you do? How are you able to get that stuff? He's like, man, I'm into stock market. I was like, oh, really? He's like, yeah. And then he told me, I'm going back years right now, 10 years or so. And then he goes, there was a time, and I've been doing stock market, I've done all right initially, but I made a lot of money recently, not many years ago. So, okay, what happened? It's like, I sold my house, I had paid off my house, about $360,000. It wasn't like, a lot of money. But I realized one thing, that lithium was going to pick up, because, lithium, they used to make batteries and all these things. So he went and bought shares into this lithium company. When he bought the shares, he spent the whole $360,000 and put it into lithium. When he bought it, the shares were at 3 cents a share. It was a strategic move. Within like 6 months, the share price in this company had gone up to 60 cents, and he sold it. I want you to do your math. $360,000, 3 cents a share, sells it at 60 cents a share. He's rich. It's wealth creation. And we start talking, and then he start telling everything, and I'm like, man, that's a huge gamble. You invested the whole amount. It's like, first of all, I researched. I knew what was happening around the world. So it was a calculated gamble, and I've been doing it for some time. But then he says something to me. It's like, mate, in life, everything is a gamble. When you wake up in the morning to go to work, you gotta get in the car, right? Do you know there's a high chance that you might not even get to work, you might get hit. So you're taking a gamble just to get to work. Everything in life is a gamble. And people that don't want to take chances, they end up with nothing in this world. All I'm gonna say is that a race that doesn't want to take a gamble will end up at the bottom all the time. If you want to focus on fear tactics, fear-mongering, spreading fear-mongerings, and all that stuff, and not putting in your own a sort of time to do research, then black people as a race, we might as well accept our position, and that would be at the bottom. I don't want to be part of a race that's at the bottom. Nah, not me. And I hope it's not you. It's us, it's this generation that can stand up and say, enough is enough. Okay? So when this guy told me this, I started, from in Africa, no one talks much about investments, about the stock market. I think a lot of people agree with me. I think I heard about the stock market once when I was in Africa. I didn't even know, no one takes it seriously. But it's a chance to create wealth. And I'm going to tell you one guy who's done that. Strive Masiwa again. Today he's a billionaire. His company is registered in Zimbabwe. And that's how he was able to raise money to grow his business. It's also, I think, recently he registered his first business before he even opened the one in Zimbabwe, was in Botswana. It's on the stock market. And he wants Africans to know about the stock market. Kagame put it right. Aid is political. The markets are fair. Which way do we want to go? We want to wait for $8 billion that we receive? Or should we focus on $100 billion that we lose? And use that to even grow it bigger when everyone else is involved in. I had a kid. When that guy told me that, I started looking into stock markets, and I started to realize it's a platform that has been engineered to generate wealth. What is it? It's about people coming together and everyone putting in the money. Right now, the IPO that's ironed by Jack Ma is about to do, it's the same thing. It's about people coming together and everyone putting in money. Guys, that's what we should start looking at. We should start creating these things. Jeff Bezos has made money. If you look at, I'll tell you even a story about I can tell you even a story about Amazon stock. You know, most black people don't know these things. And what I've realized also, I gotta say this, man. I look at the South Africa and the customers these guys are having. And some of the people that are spreading this scam noise in the Gambia, there's a big difference. There's just a big difference. Why is it that in our community, it's always the worst that end up representing us? Have you ever thought of that? You look at what they do, even like CNN or even Fox News, especially Fox News. If it's something to talk about black issues, they'll bring the dumbest black person and put him there. The dude, you can even tell, doesn't know a thing that he's talking about, but he's representing us. Why is it that? You know, the people. I've looked at this African Americans that are going with the Real South Africa, and those guys, you keep on watch on them. If you haven't, go to their YouTube channel, the Real South Africa. They're showing you the true South Africa, not the stuff you see on TV. And their channel is growing. And I guarantee you their business, in a couple of years' time, those guys will be millionaires. Because as Africans realize that they've been lied to and they want to come to their motherland and experience having a black president, walking outside and seeing everyone looks like you, it does something to your soul, believe me. That's what I truly believe. I agree with Dennis Demia with his t-shirt that says, Africa is my therapy. Africa is our therapy. These guys, those guys, they're going to be millionaires in no time. And I look at the people who are saying their true experience, and the people that are in the Gambia, some of those people in the Gambia just look clueless. You know, some of those African Americans just look clueless. You know, it's always meow, 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 meow about rubbish. We want people that are coming to Africa with a strategy. Like I've given you some business ideas. Solar is one of them. Energy is one of them. You know, a company, a business like Block 929 is ready to take off. You can go there and look into it. Look at Solar Kiosks. Just put Rwandi's. His name is Henry Nyarakurandi or something like that. Nice guy. You look it up. Solar Kiosk or Rwandi's Solar Kiosk. You look up the video. You see it. And then you come back to this video and tell me what you're going to see. That guy is now a millionaire. He's making millions. He's selling these, like thousands of these. He's employed so many people in Rwanda. Everything. He had to make the hardware, the software of it himself. Black people, we have the same intelligence as everyone else. Don't let people fool you. There's so many black people in the diaspora doing well. There's a guy called Adebayo, I think Olusengu or something like that. He bought train stations in the UK. You know, bought them, flipped it, and made millions of dollars from it. Right now, he's part of a group of people, and he's working with the Chinese. He's not working with Africans because there's no groups in Africa. He's working with the Chinese. They own even the port in Melbourne, Australia. They own it. This black man, he's the manager, the chairman of this business. Look it up. Look him up. At Dubai, just look up the black guy that bought a train station in the UK. Google it. You see his name there. Sometimes that's what I think that's what I need to do. Just throw in the towel, you know. But then I hear people like Vusi Thumbekwayo, another African who gets it. You know, people are more. I saw this text message where someone was talking about what's his name, Daniel Jones. Remember Daniel Jones? He was hot cake, man. He was back in the day. That tells you how old I am. He did an album called "Where I Wanna Be." That's one of my favorite R&B albums, up there with Joe Thomas, All That I Am. Good albums. Say what, girl, you know what's up. You know that song. The guy was selling records. But today is worth $500,000. This guy made millions of dollars. Today is worth $500,000. And then this guy puts a comment there, oh, this is the guy that never sold his soul. Come on. Let's just be real. That's the guy who didn't invest his money. He wasted it. And I'm sure if you're going to ask him, he's going to tell you the truth, that he wasted his money. And he says it. He spent a lot of his money on drugs. And they didn't have the literacy, the money literacy that you needed to have. You know. But a guy like Jay-Z, as black people, we call them Illuminatis. Instead of trying to see how did Jay-Z get to where he is. You know, I've never heard of Jay-Z having baby mamas until he met Beyonce. That's something new rappers can learn. I know things have changed now. I think the guys understand the business a lot better, and I think it's thanks to people like Jay-Z. Because now you can see a black man becoming a billionaire and you're thinking to yourself, damn, I'm doing the same thing this guy did 20 years ago. I'm a rapper and I'm making money. How do I get to where he is? But all I hear is he does this. He does everything he do. I'm even scared myself of doing this because the next thing is going to, oh, you can see Watuluka is an Illuminati. Dude, you know, in Africa, in America, they call them Illuminatis when they make money more than we expect. Because in our mind, a black person can't become a billionaire. So when they become a billionaire, how did you become a billionaire? The only way to do it is to sell your soul. So we get convinced, oh, he sold his soul. Stupid. He didn't sell his soul. He invested it. And he controlled his penis. Because sometimes as black men, the penis is our biggest troublemaker. You know, I've never heard of Jay-Z. I'm not in America, so maybe you guys know some secrets. But I've never heard of him having baby mamas following him until he met Beyonce. So as a rapper, copy that. Don't be out there spreading your seeds because it's costly. You know, it's something we gotta think about. How do we do things different? You know, in Africa they call them Satanists. Some people, if someone makes money, I saw one guy who started a kiosk, but we used to say this guy was stingy. But what we didn't realize is that the guy was keeping his money. Today he owns a private school. You know, and also he was controlling. When he was a kiosk, he didn't have kids. Him and his wife dedicated to achieving their dream, which is owning a private school. Today they have a family and they have money coming in. They're sitting and chilling, watching their money pile up. These are some of the sacrifices we should be able to make. We should be that generation that made the sacrifices, so that the next generation can have a better life. That's not the people that are dumb. That's not the people that are spreading negativity. Stop us from coming together. Let's come together and create a better world for us. You know, there's so much money out there. People are willing to invest in pretty much anything because the money is there. Hedge funds, whatever. If you're in America, start looking into the stock market and this hedge fund thing and how you can access some money. If you don't even, like I'm looking at the Bag family. The Bag family can make it big because there are some governments in Africa that have negotiated with America to sell their products duty-free in America. But the thing is, the only people that know this is white people because they do their research when they come to Africa. That's why when you see them come to Africa, the white people and the Indians, they head to the bushes, open up. So look at Sunripe in Kenya. You know, things are getting packaged in Kenya, grown in Kenya, and being sold in factories in Europe. Same thing with the other company in Ghana, because they've already done their research. They're not just moving and running away. Now, we were in the richest country in the world. Do your research. Look at how you can learn your hustle there and then bring that hustle to Africa. It's the same thing. Especially, I'm telling you, visit the World Bank. Go there and say, I want to see the African delegation. Or the African department, and go there and ask some serious questions. You know, farming, energy. These things, there's money just waiting for you, for them to invest in you. But you got to prove your worth. It's credit. Please, guys, please. There's no time yet to be bickering about, $200. When our friends are raising billions of dollars. Bernie Madoff ripped off $50 billion. I didn't hear the Jews going around saying, don't invest with the Jews. Let's get real, guys. Let's get real. Let's change the business model. Let's change our thinking. Coming together and opening up real things is the only way forward. There's about 5 million jobs that we can create in the Congo within the next 5 years. If we all just came together and owned everything. 65% of arable land, Africa should be the food basket of the world. But it's not. And we have no one else to blame but ourselves because we can't come together. If you're going to go subsistence farming, you're not going to get anywhere. We need to come together. 1% of $6 billion. Only 1% of $24 billion, which is this solar energy business, is better than owing 100% of a $2,000 kiosk. Let's change our business model in our heads. Let's change our focus. Let's more try to focus on coming together. There's good people among us. Let's use those people to generate wealth. There's good people among us that are willing to work for us. Let's use them to generate wealth. You know, if we rely on government, it's not going to work. Look at the president of like BOYD. NSAS, that protest got hijacked. There was no organization, which is something that we are lacking. But let's get organized. Organization gets results. Organization with finances. Organization with a strategy. How are we going to do something? You know, gets results. We are not being organized right now. We are all over the place. Let's get organized, guys. I'm going to do another video in addition to this. But please subscribe. Help me get to 10,000. I've given you some ideas here. If you want more questions, ask me. You know, but some of this information, guys, it takes time. It's not cheap. It's not like I'm sitting down here and no, I have to do my own research. I can understand why people are asking for donation and all these things. I'm not asking for donations, but I just want you to know that information doesn't come cheap. You know, I told you, and you can look it up. Information is out there. You can buy bonds in the American government, or you can buy bonds in the Tanzanian government. The difference is the Tanzanian government, you get 15%. The American government, I think, 0 point something percent. Who do you want to go with? Let's start getting real, guys. Let's start working together. People like the Bag family, like I said, if the Bag family, if you know anything about, if you're an accountant and do something like that, work with these people, help them. Say, I like what you're doing. This is how I think you should go about it. Because eventually, these are the people that are going to grow stuff that we can actually sell in America. We can have actually an African American mall in America, where we are selling things that you're getting from Africa and selling them there. You know, organic foods. That's a market. That's a niche market right there, which is booming. And you can do that. You can grow things organically in Africa because the soil is that good. You don't even need fertilizers. And that's where you can see the opportunity where the Bag family is. You know, if they can grow stuff, package it, and everything, and we'll be able to send to America. But they need help. They can't do it alone. You know, but they're willing to put in their time and their effort. You know, you might be somewhere else working, and that's fine. But you can donate $20. If you're in the diaspora and you can donate $20, go back to Africa and get a job there, maybe. Come on, guys. Let's think big. Let's think big. Or else we are doomed. We keep bickering about stupid stuff, you're doomed. Please, check out the real South Africa. Look what they're doing there. And check out the mess that's in the Gambia. And look at the difference in the people that the real South Africa is getting. And the difference of these people who are bickering and we're trying to use that as a representation of African Americans. No, they're not. And I'm not trying to sort of downplay those people, but it's just my observation. You know, prove me wrong. That's fine. If you disagree, that's fine. That's just based on my observation. Thank you. This will be an ongoing recording, but I just want to say thank you. Thank you for listening to me. Please subscribe and press that like button. Help me share this video. Help me get to 1,000 first, and then let's get it to 10,000. Thank you.